Gotcha. Mm.
Oh, baby. I can't catch these pens. We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GP. Yes.
I bow to you, absolute doink. That got me. That got me.
That was it. Folks, we're here, and arguably the biggest news of the NFL offseason broke yesterday with Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be signing a contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers this afternoon. It's a 1-year deal.
The Steelers?
The Steelers. I know, it's a shock. I know. Nobody saw
I
this
thought
coming.
He was a Falcon.
No.
A Seahawk.
No.
A Giant.
No.
He chose the Steelers?
He chose the Steelers, yeah.
Are you S-ing me, man?
I mean, listen, this would provide the greatest content possible. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's Packers-Steelers Super Bowl. That's what the world wants to see. And then it's the same outcome as Super Bowl 45.
Packers-Steelers Super Bowl, that would be big.
Be excellent.
I would prefer a Giants-Steelers Super Bowl, though. Russell Wilson versus Aaron Rodgers. Full redemption arc.
No one wants that.
For two formerly great quarterbacks who everyone relentlessly shits on now.
Let's go, respect. Hey, congratulations. Let's go.
Working at Buick GMC. Get me a deal. Also, welcome to the real world. Fancy.
You looking to buy a Buick, Perna?
I'll take a Buick.
We'll take a Buick.
My grandpa was a Buick man.
Buick man. I have not seen it yet. No, I have no time for anything right now.
It got a big thumbs down review from Will Keys, so I have not jumped in yet.
I just again, as a Packers, I know so much of I don't know if it's just like, hey, if you don't know the story of Brett Favre, here's what he did.
That was Will's take. He's like, I learned nothing from this documentary.
Yeah. Yes, you got to chew on bark now. That's it. That's it.
Steelers fans chewing on some bark.
You got to chew on some bark now. That's it. We're going to talk about that. So it was revealed also last night that it's going to be a 1-year deal, which was kind of anticipated, which again makes this a little bit more complicated because I think just about everybody agrees that Aaron Rodgers makes this year's Steelers a better football team than where they were last year, right?
Yes.
But
certainly,
long term, they're still in this kind of QB purgatory hell where even if Aaron Rodgers does serviceably well for them this year, even if they win a playoff game this year, are you bringing back a 42-year-old quarterback? Things are going to get pretty interesting. And also, Tyrese Halliburton, holy crap, man.
Ooh.
Sorry, it's completely different and completely different sport, but good God, man. Watching that game, and I was like, oh, it's not that good. I was like, Pacers aren't doing too well. I switched off for a little bit and then tuned back into the fourth. Holy cow, dude. Weren't leading until the final 0.3 seconds of that game.
Yeah. That's Halliburton's fourth game winning or game tying shot in the postseason.
Dude, he's been on a tear. Again, he was called overrated, and he's like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, he's been on a tear.
Third game winning shot with 5 or fewer seconds left in a single playoff run. Okay, so nobody's ever done that shit. Like just clutch. The definition of clutch is Halliburton right now.
Yeah.
And the Pacers, they played terrible. They had 25 turnovers in that game.
Was it plus 18 or something like that? It was bad.
Yeah. It reminded me of watching the Nuggets against the Thunder. It's like their defense just causes you to do uncharacteristic shit. And I'm like, oh man, they're doing the same thing. And the Pacers were trailing, and it was in the third quarter, and they weren't really closing in on the lead. And I'm like, they're going to lose this game. And then I kept watching, and it got close. and then he had the ball in his hand and drains it again. It's one of the crazier like postseason runs from a single player. So it was very cool. And I would like to note that I was on my exercise bike starting at kind of the end of the second quarter in that game. I was on it until the game concluded. So it was kind of like, from a physical endurance perspective, it was kind of like I played, Tom. It was kind of like I played with the Pacers. While other guys were resting, I was still pedaling. Pedaling.
You're basically an NBA star.
Yeah. Yesterday I challenged Scooter, and now I'm saying I think I could be in the NBA, at least from a conditioning perspective.
I think you could. I think you should try it.
Yeah.
Next game's in OKC, right? Like, why don't you just take
OKC.
Yeah, just take a plane ride over there and just be like,
there.
Yeah,
I'll just ride my bike.
Yeah,
there.
just bike there. That's easy.
And
it should only
put me
take
in.
a few minutes.
I'm not going to shoot the game winner, but I will distract the opposing defense.
Oh, okay. Do you have any
dance.
ideas on how you're going to do
I'll
that?
expose myself. Whatever it takes to get Halliburton a clean shot. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Ashton with a bag. For the kidding. Celebrating Aaron Rodgers will be able to eat and be housed this season. I was very worried about him. Yes, we were all very worried that maybe he was not going to be able to get the resources that he needed. But thankfully,
he did it.
Oh, here you go.
Feeding some hungry butts.
That guy needs to stay in California and go somewhere and chew on bark.
Go chew on the bark, stay in California.
If Aaron Rodgers does well, that clip is not going to age well, but it could also age perfectly. We're willing to see. I do want to talk about the Steelers in terms of kind of what their team looks like now for this upcoming season. So I was taking a gander at last year's stats before we started the show, and their defense was still pretty darn good besides their pass defense. We knew that was going to be kind of problematic last year. So in terms of points per game, they were top 10. I think they might have been
fifth. Were they fifth?
Points per game. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They were eighth. So they're eighth in points per game. Then in rushing defense, they were still pretty darn good. They were top 10 again. I think they were number 6. And then they were in the bottom half of the league when it came to passing defense. So that defense should still be pretty damn solid. If TJ Watt is healthy, they're still going to have a pretty good opposing side of the ball. The offense is where some things could be desired. Their run game was a little bit better last year, right? Their pass game, they weren't scoring a ton of points. And Aaron Rodgers should be able to help with that. However, and it's like Tree was talking about yesterday, you don't really have the mobility factor with Aaron Rodgers anymore. And so while there are some concerns about tackle with the Steelers, I feel like you're getting an upgraded quarterback. And I think that they'll probably be a pain in the ass team to play at minimum. Right? Yeah. With a good defense and at least a solid offense, they are going to be a team that's going to win a few games. How many are they going to win? That's going to be a different story.
Rodgers, well, one thing is that Will found for our Rodgers video that's going to go up later. I'm doing it so late. It's so fucking late, but I'm going to get to the Rodgers video. But it's Rodgers always been really good off of play action. I think his passer ratings 111 career off of play action.
Yeah.
And it was below 100 with the Jets. I don't think they ran it as much. And so you're wondering, is that just a Jets thing? Well, is that a mobility thing with Rodgers? I think the Steelers are going to run the ball more effectively.
Yes, JM. Yes, it's both.
I think that will help Rodgers on offense. And I don't even think Rodgers has to be that much better as a quarterback or passer.
No.
The Steelers have an identity. They know who they are. And you can make fun of who they are or whatever, like being the team that gets to the playoffs and loses in the first round, which is going on 6 straight years now. But in terms of the Jets were going through a crisis. So Rodgers just going into a better situation for himself. And if he plays basically the way he did last year, maybe a little bit better because of the defense, because of their ability to get turnovers. And I think that's the biggest difference. Like the Jets were -2 in turnover differential. The Steelers were +16. So you get more opportunities as a quarterback and as an offense if your defense is generating turnovers and getting people out the field. So I think it's like a lot of little things will be a little bit better. And it's so funny because so many Steelers fans don't want this, even though this is clearly a better option heading into the season than Mason Rudolph and Will Howard. And that's not even a knock on Will Howard. We don't know who he is or can be as an NFL QB. But we know who Mason Rudolph is, and he's the guy who would have started. So it's like Steelers fans are just going in. They're going into the darkness again. They don't know if they're going to come out of it this season, if they're going to be in the exact same position again, or if they're going to win a playoff game or two and look at this year as an overall success.
So I think that's the question, Brandon, right? So what is a successful season for the Steelers? Because short term, and by short term, I mean short term, this season, they should be better and or at least back at the same spot where they were. Next year, if they don't bring back a 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers, then I think that how many playoff wins is a success? If you win one and you're like, okay, this was a great season. Now I just need to go get our quarterback, but we're picking at 24. That's a little bit of a problem.
I mean, if they win a playoff game, I know it's just a one-year deal for Rodgers, but you got to believe if there's like some momentum there and he's healthy, could he have 2 years with the Steelers? It could just be a year-to-year thing. I honestly think the Steelers fans will be doing this entire process again next offseason if they win a playoff game.
That's what I'm saying. So Aaron Rodgers watch will never end. We are going to be going through this year. It's the Joker, at the end of the Dark Knight. He's like, we're going to do this forever for eternity.
Yeah. At least in Game of Thrones, your watch ends. Not for Rodgers, guys.
It never ends until he plays for every team in the NFL.
Yeah. He does have a chance to beat the Packers, which would give him the rarity of beating every team in the league.
Yeah, I think the last one that he wasn't able to beat that he finally did, I think it was in overtime, was the Bengals, because the Bengals were a problem for him for a while.
Interesting.
They were an issue. I know that they were one of the last teams that he was able to knock down. But yeah, Favre wanted that too. So here's the question. If the Packers beat the Steelers on Sunday Night Football, does Rodgers go, I'm coming back, whoever's playing against the Packers? Because he wants to get that one. Yeah. He's like, nope. Whoever's playing the Packers.
I am going to the Vikings, so I get 2 cracks at beating
they're like,
the
we
Packers.
don't want you. Yeah, Wes, I think that the Scary Terry thing will get done. I'm not overly concerned. They had a bunch of money, for this offseason. While he is getting a little bit older, I don't see him walking away without a deal. I don't think the Commanders will let him go.
Well, this situation's interesting, and I think it was one of the things I wanted to talk about with Terry McLaurin. And it's a little bit different because he showed up to the voluntary workouts and then he left because he's not happy with the way they're progressing. And I get a lot of people want to point to Terry's age as a reason why maybe the Commanders don't want to pay him what he's asking for at this point. But where Jaden Daniels is, you want overpay Terry a little bit to be there for the next 3 years.
Yes.
Just for Jaden Daniels and his continued development and knowing Terry's your number one dude, you can draft, take your chances at the drafting your next guy. Did the Commanders draft a receiver? I can't remember. Commanders draft. Who the fuck did the Commanders draft? Oh yeah, it was Connolly. They took Josh Connerly, the tackle out of Oregon. Yes. No, then they took corner Trey Amos. Jalen Lane, receiver, Virginia Tech.
Jalen Lane.
So they might be a team that's looking to draft a receiver next year if that's still kind of a need. But
no, you keep a guy like Scary Terry. You do. Yeah,
you keep Scary.
Okay.
I just wrote in a Dick Cheney joke in a Halliburton short. I'm going to try and do. Sean,
there you go. So that's also what I'm so curious about that, because next year is also being praised as the better QB draft, right? So the Steelers could all, this is just not what they do as an organization, but if they are in the 20s, they can, make a massive trade up to try and get someone. I don't know if they're going to have too many partners, but yeah, I don't know, man. This just feels
It would have been hard for the Steelers with, let's say Mason Rudolph started 80% of their games this season. I think it would have been hard for them to be in a position to be drafting top 3.
I agree.
Right? Like, and we're not high on Mason Rudolph, but like,
he knows
that's
the
just a
offense.
testament to how consistently
he's solid,
decent the Steelers are.
Yeah.
And they've had the quarterback carousel, and it sucks when you're on that carousel, but they've done it better than like the Broncos did through the last like 9 years. Like,
they're really good at being
when
average.
that happens, they fucking tank.
Yeah.
And it's the Steelers want the tank. They're not going to get the tank, even if it was Mason Rudolph.
Michael, happy almost 30th birthday. And no, it's all downhill after that. It's, you can make perfect waffles. You hold on to that.
Yeah, no, right? Perfect waffles. That's an achievement, Michael.
You hold on to that. It may never happen. It's probably the last time in your 20s that it's ever going to happen. Yeah. So hold on to it. And remember, this day
was the perfect waffle day.
It was perfect waffle day.
Yeah. Don't waffle on acknowledging.
Have you made perfect waffles
since
you turned 40, Perna?
What's that?
Have you made perfect waffles since you turned 40?
No, I make pancakes. I made perfect pancakes this morning.
Were they perfect?
That's preferred breakfast is pancakes.
Okay. It was perfect though. Perfect.
Everyone I do is perfect. I am the Halliburton of pancake making.
That no one calls you that. No.
Everybody
How's
in my
Carmi
household,
feeling, by the way?
She's getting there.
It was funny watching Jess's stories, and she's like, "I've been coughed on like 1,800 times in the past 2 days."
Yeah, it's like the worst bug she's had in about a year. She said she had fever like 2 or 3 days, low grade fever, and she does not handle being sick well. She is very dramatic.
I wonder where she got that from.
She got that from Jess, 100%, 100%.
Just throw her right under the bus.
Yeah, I don't function when I'm sick or have a fever, but I don't complain about it.
So you just do that when you're healthy?
No,
you never
complain about my health.
You complain all the time.
All
the time. You're just like, man, I wish that I could parallel park this truck. Dude, I wish that my poop... I thought about you. Okay, so I thought about you the other day because we went to trivia night, which, by the way, we won, and I've never won in trivia, so this was a big deal. But besides the point, so I have the new car now, right? So I have the CRV, which it's an SUV, so it's larger than my sedan. So there was a very tight parallel parking spot, and I was like, I don't even know if I can fit in this. I'll try. And I whiffed it so bad, and I literally immediately thought of you. And it was just like, I'm very glad that Brandon Perna's not here to see this.
And that CRV is
not
much smaller is it than a full-size truck.
It was I looked back at it like there's no way I was gonna fit in that spot. But you gotta
re-gauge, you gotta recalibrate.
I gotta do. It's also so I had a 2013, dude. So like I didn't even have a backup camera. So learning to park with the backup camera is a very weird sensation. I'm like, I don't trust this technology. Now I sound like the boomer, but I'm like, it's not good.
Something that helps is just having a couple drinks before you parallel park. I'm not saying drive while drinking. Just get to where
then you're going to have to drive to parallel
park. Take a couple
park.
shots, give it 5 minutes, then parallel parking. Easy. They do it at all the driving schools. Anyway, first of all, I'm not over 40. I am exactly 40.
You are over 40. You're 40 years old and multiple days after.
Okay.
You're over 40. Yeah.
But your wife is correct. Thank you. Content middle shelf helmet on top of other helmet's wife.
Content.
Thank you, Mrs. Content middle shelf helmet on top of other helmet's wife.
There you go. You're a man.
About?
You're 40. Parallel parking, taking shots before you parallel park, which I don't recommend.
Yeah, just get a little buzz on and then parallel parking, really easy. Again, don't drink and drive, just drink and parallel park.
But then you're driving.
We're here to help you navigate.
Nope. We're not. We are not going to convince people to drink and drive.
Buzzed parallel parking.
Nope. I haven't said a thing. Truly, I have nothing. Nothing. That's a okay, Chan. I mean, listen, is Aaron Rodgers a pain in the ass? Absolutely. Yeah. Horrible human being. I feel like there's a lot of other contenders who play this sport that could take that prize. Yeah, I don't know about horrible. I mean, he's a pain in the ass, don't get me wrong, but
yeah, I mean, Rodgers, I was thinking about this, like he's caught the most heat for just being annoying.
Yeah.
Just being weird and annoying and wrong. He believes a little too much in conspiracies. Does a lot of his own research. Fails to actually apply scientific literature to the research he's doing. That's probably his biggest misstep. Probably bad in his personal life in terms of relationships. We know that based on the rift between him and his family, between his what both Shailene and Danica Patrick have said about dating him. Like, that's where we like get all these things about Rodgers. He has yet to defund, not defund, but to
defraud,
swindle money out of welfare programs for a volleyball court.
Who did that?
I don't know. He has not been at any day spas, massage parlors.
No.
Which if it's all above the line, then that's, whatever. No DUIs that we know of. Ayahuasca's been done in the safety of a retreat.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, so it's just he just talks to Rogan for 3 hours, says some weird stuff that's clearly not true, and you're like, fuck, I can't believe this guy believes that shit, and that's about it.
You're just like, all right. Oh, and now we're watching him play football again.
And he's an egomaniac. He believes he's the smartest person in the room. I think
he's smart, dude. Like, and that's the thing too. Smart. Like, he's won Celebrity Jeopardy, right? Like, he's a smart dude. It's just, he's got a
blind spot to his own intelligence, though, right? You've got to know what you don't know, and Rodgers has no clue what he doesn't know, in my opinion.
Johnny Walker Jr.
Oh, yeah, the Broncos got Johnny Walker.
JWJ.
Well, let me tell you, can always parallel park perfectly. EJ from Bootleg, I think, sent me a DM about Johnny Walker saying solid, very solid player. So hopefully. Yeah, so EJ was on Johnny Walker being good before anyone.
There you go. So then you can drink. Listen. Hey, yeah, Diggs is back in, so that's good. The Switch 2. Yeah, hopefully you didn't get a Switch 2 from Staten Island. Did you hear about? Yeah, so first of all, the way Nintendo packaged it, is not great. They had the screen facing up, but yeah, there is a store in Staten Island. I feel pretty bad for this manager, and they stapled the receipt to the box, and it punctured the screen of like all those new Switch 2s that people went to go pick up with. That
sounds like an episode of The Office.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good at all.
Interesting.
So, oh, Pluto, I did not know that. That sucks. Yeah, that's I didn't even hear that. Yeah, that's Dude, the Colts. Oh, speaking of the Colts, dude. So Anthony Richardson's gonna miss minicamp because he hurt his throwing shoulder. So this is a problem on so many fronts. Because if there's an offseason where Anthony Richardson needs to just ball out, it's this one. Like, this is, last chance here at the Golden Corral. And it's going to be Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. And if he's getting banged up already, and this has been a problem with Richardson, that he just hasn't been on the field. And when he's on the field, the athleticism's there, but just the fine tuning is not. So
it's the worst part is another shoulder injury is not good when your biggest issue is consistency as a passer. You know what I mean? Like, he's facing an uphill battle, and I don't think we'll ever get to see Anthony Richardson reach his full potential. Not
tough, man.
Not his fault. You know what I mean? Not like the situation. Just I feel like it's not going to work out for him. And that kind of sucks. But then you have Daniel Jones, who has not been the picture of good health. So if you are watching sports in Indiana, just enjoy the Pacers because I don't think things are going to go well for you, Colts fans.
You always have the well. Here you go, Perna. What position would you rather be in, the Colts or the Steelers?
Steelers.
You think so?
Yeah, you have your head coach for sure. I think the jury's still out on Shane Steichen at this point. You didn't invest the 4th overall pick in the QB of your future for it to not work out. But at least the Colts, I mean, ask me to get this at the end of the season. If the Colts are in a position to draft, top 5, then maybe I'd say Colts. But yeah, Steelers are going to have a better season than Indy, I fear.
Oh, no, I think they'll have a better season. I'm just the situation that you're in.
Yeah,
the Colts, I think they have a better chance of getting a higher draft pick if Daniel Jones is starting. There's that. But then again, dude, the AFC South is this is going to be really interesting.
And if you're a Steelers fan, it could be a train wreck with Rodgers, but that's fine. We actually crave that. We all crave the drama. We don't want to admit it, but we love the drama. Rodgers, attention, a shitstorm. It makes it more entertaining and interesting.
Not a big fan of this guy.
I would much rather more people are going to be interested in Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
And even if Richardson starts every game for the Colts, and he's got a shoulder injury, and then there's been the under the radar CJ Stroud wasn't throwing because of a shoulder thing as well. They're trying to not make a big deal about it, saying they're being extra
still early
cautionary. But if your shoulder is sore and you're an NFL quarterback and you are not throwing because that soreness is significant enough, I would keep an eye on it, Texans fans.
I mean, again, we got a long way to go until September, and the Texans are going to be favored to win that division, I think, still.
But it's like, why is his shoulder sore?
Yeah.
Did he tweak it working out? Was there something? It doesn't just get sore. Is it going to be a chronic issue? Is it a lingering thing? No, I did not say drunk. I said buzzed.
No, Michael, I don't.
Parallel parking. And Tom co-signed on it. So.
Nope, did not co-sign. Right, just flat out saying
vodka. That's way too much. That's blackout. No,
that's fair, Mars. I mean, again, the thing is too, and this is why I think with Aaron Rodgers, up until was it 21 or is it 20? Like it just the COVID year, man. Like really, just
COVID. COVID's biggest victim was Aaron Rodgers.
It was a time, man. It was a time. Yeah. I think he is more of a pain in the ass than anything of just like, I don't care. Like it's the same thing. It's the same every time he gets on a new talk. It's the same. I don't care no more. I'm very happy to not have to make a video about it anymore. I'm very happy to not have to dive in.
Did make a video about it.
Just no. About like what he's talking about on podcasts? No, I haven't listened to any of that stuff. Never listened to talk to Tucker Carlson. I never listened to any of that. So I just don't. AJ, appreciate you.
Congrats, you had a baby.
Let's go, Caleb.
Congrats, your baby's 10 months old.
Need to stream the Rockies. Yeah, that's true. You should stream the rest of the games for the rest of the season for them. They only play a few more games, right? It's just a couple.
Baseball, so many games. Baseball. You know how I know baseball's not a sport? You can play 2 games in the same day.
It's fair.
If you can play 2 games, it's not a sport.
So you're saying baseball's not a sport?
Can't play 2 NBA games in the same day. Can't play 2 NFL games in the same day. Hockey, no way.
What about tennis?
2 rounds of golf, not a sport. 2 baseball games, not a sport. That should be our new metric for defining whether it's a game or a sport. Oh, man, come on. I did a whole video based around a Buick.
Probably because you said that you would drink and then parallel park.
No, I didn't say do that with the Buick.
A liability thing.
That's auto park now, baby.
Yeah. We'll see, Beast. I mean, again, like this is probably going to be one of the last opportunities, if not the last one that Rodgers is going to have. And I think just last year was so incredibly disappointing. Yeah. I mean, of course, you had him tearing his Achilles, which was obviously not not expected and not anticipated, but like, it was like, all right, well, maybe it'll be this year. Like, they should be really, really good. I mean, I was super high on the Jets last year, and it was worse than when they had Zach Wilson. You know, like it wasn't just bad. It was real, real bad.
I'd venture to say that Rodgers should be a little bit more spry this year. 2 years outside of the surgery. Like, he should actually be healthier going into this season.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, there's a lot of little things to be mildly optimistic about with it. None of it's like ideal or great. But...
Oh no, the Colts are still there. I mean, like the best case scenario is that Anthony Richardson balls out and has a phenomenal season. And I think the odds are stacked against him. He definitely could do it. I don't know if he's going to. And then what the hell do you do if you're the Indianapolis Colts? Because you're in the same situation. The good news is you'll probably be, you know, in contention to draft a QB, you know, relatively high. Maybe, you know, unless you're like one of those middle of the road teams. So listen,
I can't run. My shoulder
hurts. Sorry.
I'm tired.
Can't do it.
Let me tell you, Anthony Richardson trains with me for 1 week. Cardio will never be an issue for him. I'm in NBA shape. Don't forget that. Also, J.K. Dobbins came to Denver.
Yes, he did.
Had dinner with Sean Payton. Has left without a deal, which is not a good sign. Probably means he won't be a Bronco. But apparently the meeting went well. The talks were there. Shows the Broncos aren't fully sold on the depth in their running back room. But I still hope the Broncos sign J.K. Dobbins. I think that's
I think it'd be a great pickup.
I think it's a nice ad. We saw that the Chargers offense was better when he was healthy and on the field for them. I think he had a hamstring or something middle of the season, but he made it through the full year. And everybody's rooting for JK. Come to Denver, Dobbins. I would love that addition.
The loser of the GPS Bowl, if the Packers lose, I have to wear a Vikings jersey on Christmas when I'm streaming the Vikings-Lions game, and Perna has to wear a Chiefs jersey if the Broncos lose.
Question is, do I buy a Mahomes or a Kelsey jersey?
I feel like you hate Kelsey more.
Just as a human. I don't mind. I actually hate Kelsey more as a football player, yes. I don't mind him. Sometimes I like him.
We've gone all over the place. Only as a human. Yeah. No, more as a football player. Yeah. I don't mind him. I like him. Went all over the place.
It's like Jason Kelsey's just so cool. And then Travis.
He's on a lot of commercials.
Like, I wish you were more like Jason.
He's on a lot of commercials.
What the fuck is this shit, Dobe? Ban him. Block him.
Bam. Listen, back in the day, you could just drink a beer, eat a few hot dogs, hit a home run. You know, it just... I think they should bring back beer.
Seriously, ban him from all of the internet.
I think, again, if you bring back beer on the sidelines, I think you can do it. Is Jones has a career revival? Is Dable's seat hot? No, I don't think so. Dable was able to win Coach of the Year, drag the best out of Daniel Jones because he had a really good run game with Saquon Barkley. And if there's any reason why Saquon Barkley isn't on the Giants, it ain't Brian Dable's fault. It's a GM job to organize the team. Yeah. Like Dable, like, why am I getting shade for this? No, I don't think so. Personally.
It's you know, and Daniel Jones, he could have went back to Minnesota, right? I think you got to respect the fact that Daniel Jones still believes he can start. He wants to start, and that's a big reason he went to Indianapolis. And we're not even through OTAs, and we're already seeing the likelihood of Daniel Jones playing probably a good amount of football this upcoming season. So.
No, I hear you, Beast. I think that unfortunately, right, like it's the internet, right? So the internet is just like short, quick takes of like it's either this extreme or this extreme. And I think with Rodgers, there's just nuance. In short term, it's going to make the Steelers better for this current season, but I don't think it's going to help them with their QB hell. Now, the best case scenario for the Steelers this year is that the Steelers are pretty darn good, right? And like they win a playoff game, and Will Howard learns behind Aaron Rodgers, and Will Howard goes out next year and is really good and is their new starting quarterback. Like that is the best case scenario. And it's just going to take a lot to get there. So he's still starting quarterback. Absolutely. He's still starting quarterback, but I don't think he's elevating the team to like, oh man, now that Aaron Rodgers is on the Steelers, they're going to the Super Bowl. I think they'll be a more competitive team, but you know, I don't want to say it's Super Bowl or bust because I don't even know if they have the roster to do that right this second, but it's just, they just got to stop being on a treadmill and just running in place like over and over and over again every season.
Yeah. The funniest thing will be if the Steelers miss the playoffs by a game. Like that'll be the funniest thing to me.
That'd be something.
Because then Rodgers, he comes back to try and go out on the right note, goes to a situation that's probably his best option, and it still doesn't work out for him. It doesn't work out for the Steelers, and Steelers fans will have an absolute meltdown. Like if you think Steelers fans are upset about going to the playoffs and losing, how mad are they going to be if they miss the playoffs by a game and are still in the same shit situation without having the ability to say, at least we made the playoffs?
Like, if Will Howard's good, then great. Then we're rocking.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And there's a chance. I like Chris Jones too much to buy his jersey. I got too much respect for Chris Jones to buy his fucking jersey.
You see Sinners? Oh, yeah. Just saying. You have in the rundown, do you want more Stephen A. Smith? Is that with all the podcasts that he's doing?
Do you want more Stephen A. Smith, Tom?
No.
Because you're getting more Stephen A. Smith.
But I just said no.
Hold on. He's getting...
Said no nicely.
He's getting a new show on fucking Sirius. Let me see here. Stephen...
We're going to do it, kid.
A. Smith. Because they... Let's see here. Was it...
Hell yeah.
Where is it?
I think it's also for Steelers fans too. Like they don't want this circus that is following Aaron Rodgers, right? Like that's also a thing in which like there's going to be way increased media coverage, and it's not necessarily going to be about just football. And so if you're telling Steelers fans like, hey, you might be in for more of the same, where you might finish around the same record, and also you're going to get this, it's just not the most appetizing thing.
Here it is.
No, I was like, okay, can't wait. Exactly. So, well, here's the thing, DN. If this goes like catastrophically bad, will the Steelers make any changes? Like there's been talks from Steelers fans who are like, hey, Mike Tomlin, good coach, but we need to move on, right? Like it just needs, and I have been of the thought that Mike Tomlin's a really freaking good coach, and I don't think you let him go. But I can also admit at some point something needs to change. And yeah, maybe you need to just suck. You need to suck for a little bit, but that doesn't mean necessarily that you're going to draft the person you need to be good again. Just increasing some opportunities. Rocky's video. Sure.
Yeah. I was being facetious, Jerry. Also, one thing you got to know is I am going to contradict myself a lot.
I don't think you do that.
Oh, you are correct. I never do. All right. So
that's what I like, Linical. That's right.
My biggest criticism of Stephen A. Smith is he does too much on ESPN, right? He does too much on ESPN. Then he has his own podcast. And now he's going to have another show on Sirius XM. And I think it's funny. He's taking the time slot from Michelle Beadle now. So like they made this announcement he's getting a new show, then they canned her show, and now she's like, I have no respect for Stephen A. Smith, probably upset that, lose your show over it, which understandable. But dear God, how many hours in the day can Stephen A. fill? Like that's going to go on like 8 hours of just fucking talking nonstop. I don't think it's good for his brand, and I think it's a sports show, and I think there's like another show that's going to be more
like current events, like politics,
current events and politics. So he's going to have two outlets where he's not talking about sports, and then 7 to 10 hours of talking about sports. Like, when you do that, you become less important with what you're saying, less significant, and you provide less value to the people who actually go to you for the, because like, you run out of shit to say and you just start repeating yourself. Like, we do that, and we only do like an hour show 3 days a week, plus all the other bullshit we do. I mean, obviously you stream the games, but at least you're talking about a game in real time that's happening.
Sure.
Dear God, I cannot give him the benefit of the doubt anymore of just being overworked, because it's his own choice. It's insane. Also, like, if you get $100 million contract, what part of you goes, I need another show and I need to make some more money? I don't know, man. You're turning. Don't turn this around, Dobe. You said you hated me. You said you hated me. Anyway,
you don't have any more 8-bit Broncos shirts in.
They're just 8-bit shirts.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it's just he gets clicks, right? Like, and I do think that Stephen A. Smith, like, dude, like, he found what works for him, and he has made a crap ton of money, based off of that. And I feel like we're just at the point where companies are going to be like, oh, this person is getting lots of clicks. Let's throw more money at them so they click on our thing and listen to our thing so we can get their watch time and ears and eyes. Yeah, this is just the landscape that we're in, my friend. I would love to make $100 million, but then, like, you're never going to hear from me again, except like during the season, and then we'll do crazy charity things. But then that's it. Like, I'm going to go and live in the woods.
Oh, you're going to hear from me.
$100 million?
No, man loses $100 million in 24 hours.
That'd be impressive. How would you do that?
I bet it all on Aaron Rodgers to win 2 playoff games.
That's not 24 hours.
Okay, I'll take the one playoff win.
The one playoff win?
Yeah.
So you just do it like right before?
Yeah, I didn't think that through. I'll be honest.
It's okay. Yeah, I mean, at some point though, man, like I will never, like, you make a good amount of money, you make $10 million, you could retire and you could be done, like, forever, just gone. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, R-Truth, what's up? Oh my God, I would love to get Ron Killings on the show. Oh my God, it'd be amazing. Yeah, R-Truth so Ron Killings, he's a good wrestler too, but he's a longtime character, WWE, wrestling your favorite, R-Truth, and he got released, and people are not happy about it.
Oh, he's 53.
So, yeah, he's 53. So he's a great character too.
Ron Killings is a solid name.
It is.
Dude, if I was Aaron Rodgers, I'd just change my name to Ron Killings for the year.
Yeah, R-Truth got released. Yeah, the roster was pissed. Like, they didn't there was rumors coming out that, like, they wouldn't let superstars wear, like, R-Truth merch. Yeah, he's 50. Yeah, he's in his 50s. So, like, he's older. It's just good. Yeah, so that's also a thing too, Purple, right? Like, because he's talked about, like, running for president and things like that for Stephen A. Smith, and it's just no, just want adults in the room. That'd be nice.
I'm a big NXT wrestling guy.
Yeah, black and gold NXT or current NXT, because we can talk about that. Oh, you stumbled. Current NXT. Okay, who's your favorite?
My favorite?
Yeah, who's your favorite wrestler right now?
Trick Williams.
Trick Williams, he's the TNA heavyweight champion right now. Yeah. Did you know that? Yeah, he just won that. So a current WWE superstar, like, employed by WWE, winning. How do you feel about that? Do you feel it, dilutes TNA at all, or do you think it gives them more exposure?
Say that again.
Do you think that Trick Williams winning the TNA championship, do you think that gives TNA more exposure, or do you think it, dilutes their product a little bit just because they don't have one of their active roster winning?
Yeah, they need more diversity at the top in terms of who wins.
Well, no, that's not the question.
I like Jacy Jane as well.
Yeah.
I'm really into Jada Parker right now.
Obafemi, yes. Obafemi.
And Jordan Grace.
Oh, Jordan Grace, a former TNA wrestler.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah.
You saw Stephanie Baker got called up to Raw? She won the Money in the Bank qualifier.
Raw Dog USA. The other wrestling group.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Raw Dog USA.
Raw Dog USA?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, that's the other wrestling one.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard it. Where are they based out of?
Minneapolis. So
really?
You should know, yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Raw Dog USA.
Who are some of their top athletes?
Ken.
Yep. Just Ken.
Yep.
I'm just Ken. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you were so we should go to a wrestling show. Hey, I'm going to All In Texas. Do you want to come in July?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
This would be a great show.
No. I think I saw it was when I was in the mountains. There's you get 3 channels on the TV there, and the CW was on.
Yeah.
And it just had some of the wrestling. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot the CW even has it. 1, I forget you exist. And 2, it's like, oh, this is the B League of wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, is it? I wonder if it's like that developmental show. I don't know if that's on the CW. Is there?
I forget what it was. It was just when I was in the mountains.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna try and remember to reference that.
Yeah, fair. Also, I'm Ross St. Brown. You said had knee surgery. Won't go until training camp. Real quick.
Yeah. That's just
It's just been a tough. NXT's on CW now. Is it? That's how much I watch current NXT.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying. NXT, CW.
That's not what you.
My Jada Pinkett Smith, my favorite wrestler over there.
It's not. Nope. That's not.
Yeah, just another thing for the Lions to keep an eye on. Anytime you have a knee surgery, I'm sure it's just a cleanup, but I just want some good news coming out of Lions on the Lions camp.
That's fair.
Yeah, keep reminding me. I'll see when he gets closer. I know it's not going to sell out of tickets. I know there will be plenty of tickets available. It's going to depend on what's going on that week for us. If I'm in town. But anyway.
Yeah, it's this week. Yeah, Perna, what do you got coming out?
Well, indigestion. Aaron Rodgers video coming up. I know I'm late.
Is it the Aaron Rodgers video you were gonna make, or is it this? Is a new one?
It's just it's more. It's not the one we were gonna make.
Okay, got it.
We'll save that one because that'll be a balls deep. So
for their wins, yeah, I think they win more games. I think they're a 9-10 win team. They don't have that gauntlet like they had last year at the end of the season, so that's kind of nice. But if their defense can still be good, as long as their secondary is a bit better, I think that they should be fine. I think they're a 9-10 win team. So right around there.
Yeah. Caleb Johnson's great. Steelers are going to be all right.
No Q&A tonight. Yes, no Q&A tonight because I'm going to a concert tonight.
Where are you? What concert?
Maya loves Halsey, and she's got a dope ass voice, so we're going to see Halsey.
Yeah, just like Halsey.
Yeah, no, she's got a good voice. So going to do that, but I gotta leave in 3.5 hours. So it's gonna take 2.5 hours to get out there because it's in Jersey. Kill me. But I am going to try. I'm gonna try to do it first if the NBA was scripted. I'm gonna try and get that out today. I have a whole bunch written. I'm gonna try to get it done within 3.5 hours. So
wow.
I'm gonna try. People are asking for it for a while, so I'm gonna try to do it. So
that'll be fun.
Hey, easy. Still counts. So we're gonna try. I also have Aaron Rodgers stuff that's gonna come out at some point. So
I don't know if it is like that.
I think it's like that. But folks, if I don't see you, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you when I see you. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated. Got it. I caught it.
You've reached your destination.